Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Warcraft Mists of Pandaria Beta, with me, your host, the Pokeprof. As soon as I kill this little scurrying rat, there he goes. Oh, nice spell effect. I am gonna go through something a little bit different this time around. Yes, I am not going straight to the pandas, which is probably what everyone has done, but that's the way I am. I'm different. What I'm wanting to do is go over some of the changes that they have made in the Mr. Beta. Meh. Excuse me, that was me talking Zerg for a moment. Yes, I stole that from TV. Deal with it. But essentially, what they've gone and done is changed a lot of the UI when it comes to World of Warcraft. Now, you can't really see all that much here, but because that's not exactly what we're trying to show you. Now, as far as the characters in terms of title, its stats, and equipment, it seems pretty much the same. So you would think nothing has really changed. It's only when we start going into all the other stuff that we really get to see what they've just done. First off, they now have this little toggle, which allows you to see a little guide. Basically tells you what each little thing is for. It's not really all that helpful, but for newbies, it could be done real well. Now, as you might have noticed, we have three bars, three little boxes really, that show you all of your abilities. Currently, my paladin is in protection. We have holy and retribution. You basically learn all your abilities regardless of what spec you are, and when you switch over to these different specs, you learn these abilities. I'm really going to be sticking to protection just for the sake of showing off what I've got. Now, I believe this little ability right here is currently a bug within the game. Again, beta is beta, so there's going to be a lot of bugs. So, I have no idea if my paladin will learn this once she levels up, if I have to go reset my skill points. I'd rather not deal with it because simply I'm not really going to be too bothered by missing a single ability. And then I later find out, if I do, that that ability turned out to be the necessary ability for a paladin. Well, excuse me for not wanting to go and check. Other than that, we have a lot of the same in terms of the general tab, other than the special little passive ability to get us to fly in Pandaria. It's basically going to be the same as, all the other flying specializations, I believe. And we'll just have to see how it hands out. Got all my writing. Here's something interesting, though, is the core abilities. This basically tells you the main abilities you're wanting to be using depending on your class, and depending on your class specialization. So as a paladin here, you can clearly see I'm wanting to do Avenger Shield, Judgment, Crusader Strike, so on and so forth. If I were to go to Holy, it showed my Holy abilities, including the small description of what they do, and same thing with Retribution. I would probably desperately need this considering the fact that I've never played a Retribution Paladin. Same thing here. It's actually quite interesting that they fixed this so quickly, because the last time I checked this was bugged to where all the abilities were showing for, I think, a Fury Warrior? I'm not sure. Next up, we have the change in the trees. The specialization, which you unlock, of course, at level 10. Your talents, which you start unlocking at level 15, and then 15 levels after that. And then your glyphs. I have no idea how exactly glyphs are going to work as of now. As far as I've been told and from what I've read up and looked at, glyphs are gone. All we've got are major and minor. So we actually are a little bit more forced to look at these things. And apparently the minor glyphs are really just stuff for show now. Yeah, so yeah, it looks like what it's all like. Seal of Blood, Seal of Truth now uses Seal of Blood visual. Oh, there's Compensation, which is what I had in my spell book. So yeah, it looks like all these things. Well, actually, let's just learn this for giggles. Interesting. So I guess this might be those little things for minor glyphs now are for like role players or people who want little special effects to their abilities. Because depicts four wings, mount, cast Blessing of Kings as soon as you mount. You know, oh well, actually that might be useful. You fall slow or fall slower during Avenging Wrath. Definitely something you gotta look at. Your mount glows with a holy light. I'm gonna. You're doing. Okay, I'm sorry. That is funny. That is real. Oh damn, rat's back. That is funny. Everyone knows the bubble hearth, so that's quite interesting. Anyway, going back, as you can see, the new talents, they seem to work just fine. I kind of went with a spam judgment build here for my paladin. You know, just spamming judgment will give me long armor of the law, burn the gale, all this other stuff. Currently, he uses Dust of Disappearance to change. I'm not sure if this will stay to the end of the beta, but that's how it's currently working. Also, currently for hunter pets, this kind of system will also be in for our pets as of yet, or at least that's what it appears to be. But it also appears to be quite bugged at the moment, so it doesn't work. We cannot, as far as I know, switch our pet abilities. I could be wrong. Again, we will have to spend money to be 100% sure. And frankly, gold, at least for my characters at the moment, since I haven't really started leveling through the new content yet, is a precious resource. So I'm not going to waste it if I don't have to. Next up, we have the change in the achievements. Now, this is probably the biggest change right here, is the little symbol here, which I can only guess, and I'm almost certain means that no matter what, this is something that applies to all your characters on a single account. So as you see, I've got the Brewfest mount, the Swift White Hawk Strider, the Touring mount, all these little special mounts and whatnot, that since these achievements are unlocked, I believe they will be shared amongst all characters. Now, any of the older achievements that don't have this symbol probably will not be shared, which means things like Operation Nomargon and the Hero of the Zaladar Isle might not be shared. Although it's currently saying it was done by Arana, so it could possibly be shared. So what actually I'm seeing two different symbols now. So maybe the symbol on the right hand shows that a character has done it and it's unlocked for everyone, while this one actually signifies a reward of some kind, in this case my mounts. We also have the pet battles things. Most of the pet battles seems to be global. World events not done correctly because beta it's disable a lot of the stuff to make sure. Yeah, see, Uranus has unlocked them, so that's there. Scenarios. Scenarios, I'm not sure have been implemented yet. They're probably implemented for higher levels than 85. So the moment I get to check these out, I will record and have you guys join for the ride. Oh, all my Dungeon Master achievements are gone. That's irritating. Yeah, all the explorer stuff appears to be done. Really, it's just a lot of the same. I'm not currently in a guild on this character, so I can't show you to see if any of the guild stuff has been changed, but that's the way it goes. Quest log has not seen a change whatsoever. Kind of disappointing. You would think they would at least give it a small UI upgrade, considering all the other things they've changed. Guild Finder is the same. I really was never impressed by that. The player versus player. I do not PvP whatsoever. If I want to PvP, I play League of Legends. So I have no idea if any of these things are new or old. They kind of look different to me from the last time I saw them, but then again, like I said, I don't PvP, so take that what you will. Dungeon Finder, a little bit different. Actually, able to check out some of the specific dungeons. You get to do your Cataclysm heroics and want all that. Excuse me. You got to do the raid finder as well. Makes it a lot easier to do. Scenarios, as you can clearly see, I'm not available to do them yet. It could be level, it could be they haven't unlocked them. We'll find out shortly. No idea what the challenges are, and currently it's not working, so we'll find out when they implement them. As we saw earlier, the pets are available. Pets and mounts, excuse me. Currently, I believe the mounts are bugged with them trying to set up the achievements sharing across all the characters, because currently any character you make so far gets every single mount. So it makes it quite odd. They have fixed some of the problems with the pets. Not all of them, as you can see. I kind of got three, actually, Moonkin hatchlings. Apparently there is a change in what the actual Moonkin hatchlings can do, because this one's poor and this one's uncommon. It actually might have something to do with their stats when we actually get into the battles. But most, if not all, pets now have at least one ability. Slicing. I'm still gonna be tilting my head at a fighting balloon. Trust me, if there's one thing I'm really looking forward to when it comes to the beta, it's going to be the pet battle. So the moment this becomes available, trust me, I will show you. It was kind of available before, but it was bugged to hell and back, so. But here's actually one of the bigger updates I've been really excited to show you. They actually went and updated the dungeon journal for all the old bosses. Now, the players for the end game aren't really going to care for this. For me, however, who loves like reading lore on old bosses and learning about their abilities and what to expect, even at lower levels, this is just icing on the cake. And it's also fantastic for somebody, say, who is looking for, transmog pieces. Like, I've got a really good black and red set right here. I might think, oh, this hammer looks really nice with my set. Actually, it kind of does. And so I was like, okay, I will go fight that boss over and over and over again until I've got it. Now, they currently don't have it set up for any of the raids for anything, in the past. We've only got raids as far as Cataclysm, and I think maybe even, Mists of Pandaria. Unfortunately, they ain't given us any of the info for that yet. And also, unfortunately, we are not getting any real information other than the abilities of the monsters. Of the bosses. I do believe we will eventually get, and sometimes they're just glitched out. I do believe we will eventually get storyline for them, but considering they're also changing several of the bosses, particularly, say, in like Shalaman since the Scarlet Monastery, we might get to see different things. As you can see, we actually have question marks here because they haven't gotten proper little pictures for them for this area, even though we can actually see them. Well, that guy actually looks pretty scary. And, of course, this is all beta, so expect a lot of this to change. Now, before I let you off, yes, I know this is kind of short, but I just really wanted to show you some of the UI changes before I really got into the meat of the beta. is two really big changes I think everyone's gonna either raise a questionable eyebrow at or love flat out. And actually, I just noticed a third change now. First change, at least for paladins, all I've got is my seals here and nothing else. Don't even need my seals on my bars anymore. They're up there where our little auras used to be. I think our auras are gone for good. I'm not 100% sure. I remember actually hearing saying that the totems for the shamans were gone as well, and as some other similar stuff among other classes. So I'm not 100% sure. I will check out and get back to you as soon as I know. Second thing, Blessing of Might has been changed. And so has Blessing of the Kings. Blessing of the Kings now basically works 100% like the Druid buff, which name escapes me. Gift of the Wild, I believe. And Blessing of Might now gives flat mastery. In this case, my paladin goes from 18% mastery to 25% mastery. That is a huge buff, and for certain classes that enjoy mastery, like I believe Blood Death Knights enjoy it, Fire Priests enjoy it, tanks of all kinds enjoy it. I think Beastmaster Hunters actually got a bit of a buff because of the change to hunters in general in terms of their mastery. I would have to double check that. But this is just a huge, huge increase, and it's really going to make me curious on, how things are going to go on. Now, the final thing I want to show you, and the main reason why we're even in the Dead Mines, is because I wanted to show this. First, let's round them all up. Come on, chase me. Chase me! I wonder whatever happened to that old rare spawn mob that used to be here. Whoa. I know, that's one thing I've actually kind of disliked about some of the changes that Blizzard has made to some of these older dungeons, is that a lot of like the rare spawns and just like the little interesting things that used to be in here just aren't in here anymore. Alright. Not a huge group, but it will serve my purposes. And now, we just click one, and we loot them all. Yes, AoE looting has been added into the game. About frickin' time. And apparently that's a bug. We've got a constantly, what would you call it? Rippling monster here? I don't know. Anyway, I think that's all for now. Next time, especially depending on how these videos are received, we might actually see some pandas. Till then, my friends, stay frosty.